Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Lady Arcaders Out of Bounds Toronto and participation with Toronto Games Week 2024. My name is Tozzle, and I am joined with a lovely co-host, Xinedy. How you doing?
I am doing great. Thank you, Tassel. Hi, everybody. Hi, Toronto. And everybody who's out there watching us on Twitch. So, hi, chat. Tonight, we are going to see a wonderful run of Super Metroid. Low percentage is the category. And our lovely runner is Audraxys. And she is joined by Sean Cass, who will be her commentator. All right, runners, are you ready?
Minutes.
Just about. All right. So in the meantime, while they're getting ready, thank you. Toronto Games Week is a collective coordination of events organized independently by dozens of organizations, curators, companies, creators, and communities. If you would like to volunteer and help out the coalition of community organizations and not-for-profits, or if you'd like to run an event yourself, you can find out more information at torontogamesweek.com or by typing !TGW in chat. Tassel?
I just would like to say that I am very excited for this Super Metroid run. I am also one of those people who are fascinated and absolutely love Super Metroid, but could never imagine running it myself. And I had a sneak peek of this run earlier in the week, and it is fantastic. Low percent is truly like I don't know, like a really amazing piece of music because it's so tenuous and so difficult, and Audraxys, our runner, makes it look super easy. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited.
It does sound really cool. I'm gonna make a really big confession. I've never seen the game through the whole thing. I've only seen bits and pieces, so I'm super excited to see this run. And also, I found some really interesting tidbits of information as I was researching for the game because I have never seen the whole thing. How this game almost got canceled because it was just too chunky. All right, and it looks like we are all ready. Runners, we thumbs up? Yes, all right. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Super Metroid. I guess we'll start with more of the lore beat here. Samus Aran has been called with a distress signal to the space station named Ceres. So normally when you start the game, there's a whole intro sequence, and it immediately auto-saves the game upon entering Ceres Station, so speedruns just start from that point. And here we find the last Metroid that we were told was in captivity. But as we run through the space station, we found all the scientists dead. And here is our long-awaited Smash Ultimate character, Ridley, taking the last Metroid away.
Yeah, so we just need to get below 30 energy for him to fly away. We take damage from the most damaging thing, which is his tail. We'll be seeing Ridley for quite a long time later on when I actually do that fight. So yeah, this is low percent. So I will only be getting 14% of items to beat the game. That means the only beam upgrades we'll be getting are Charge Beam and Ice Beam, which means my firepower is going to be very, very weak. We're only going to have the minimum number of ammo to get past the final boss, so only 10 missiles and 10 sabers, which is going to make all the fights longer and more difficult. And we're going to have no movement upgrades for the whole run. So the movement that I start with the run with is going to be what we have for the whole run, pretty much. So real quick, I just want to actually I want everyone to give it up for all the people who flew in from the US to attend this event. Comms, crew, runners. Yeah, everyone to make this event happen, all the Lady Arcaders.
Yes, thanks, everyone.
So the goal of this game is to defeat the 4 major bosses, which are in intended order. You have Kraid, the giant lizard. You have Fantoon, the ghost of the wrecked ship. you have Dragon, the giant shrimp in the water area, Meridia. And we have Ridley, who's inhabiting very, very hot Norfair, pretty much as hot as it is outside today.
That's pretty hot.
Yeah. And then once you defeat all 4 of those, you unlock the final area Turian, where you go fight the final boss, Mother Brain. And Ridley and Mother Brain are by far the 2 most difficult bosses in this category. The fights are going to be very technical and long. Let's see. This game in general is very technical, so we've got a lot of speedruns will revolve around, like, there's sort of a hidden mechanic called wall jumping. The game teaches it to you through an Easter egg. It's not required, it's like meant for advanced players. I'm gonna do one like right off this pedestal here. The wall jumping works by, if you're in spin, if you're in a spin jump, you have to press away from the wall first, and then jump after that. And so it's kind of unintuitive. A lot of people will try and like press them at the same time, or press jump and then the direction, but that doesn't work. So you really have to like kind of learn how it works to master it. But once you master wall jumping, you gain a lot more platforming options. You aren't quite as restricted to like exactly where the platforms are. And we're going to be doing a lot of wall jumping in 2 rooms when I go back up the shaft we fell down, which is called the climb.
And just in the time of explaining wall jumping, we've already used 2 other more speedrun specific techniques. I'm not going to get too into it because they'll probably come up later and we'll be able to have a chance to explain them. But
yeah, probably.
For now, this is a room that definitely is the bane of a new player's existence, because you have to climb all the way back up here. Although once you've mastered wall jumping, it certainly makes it quite a bit easier to get back up. On our way to the first mini boss is going to be the bomb Teresa. We're going to collect the bomb upgrade, and that's going to allow for quite a few things in this run. As Audra said earlier, we're pretty limited to what movement we have, so the bombs are going to be pivotal as, if not the main means of getting across certain gaps and things, it'll certainly be there for a backup.
Yeah, there are going to be a couple weird, like, infinite bomb jumps or double bomb jumps. As I set up for this fight, okay, this fight's kind of weird. I want to use missiles against him. He takes 8 missiles. And I can only hold 5 at a time, so that makes collecting the drops here potentially awkward. Okay, not too bad.
So the idea there is you don't want to reduce Bomb Teresa's health to intervals of anything other than 100. So every 5 regular P shots will be 100 damage, and then every single missile is 100 damage.
This is called Alcatraz. It's that's a difficult wall jump when you're first starting out. You have to wall jump into a morph. But the secret is that if you come straight out of a wall jump, you only need 1 down press to morph instead of 2. So once you know that, it's a bit easier than it looks, but it's still very hard to get the hang of at first.
It's almost like a reverse fireball motion if you're used to fighting games.
I should talk about boss order, I guess. We're going to be going to Fantune first, the second boss, so that we can get the gravity suit earlier. There's two suits in this game that like open up huge areas of the map. So the Varia suit you're supposed to get first from Kraid. It protects against heat damage from Norfair. The gravity suit is supposed to give you water traversal, but because it's the second suit, it actually like also doubles. It also has heat protection. So if you get gravity suit, it almost does everything that Varia does, with like one major exception we'll talk about later. Oh, it's a muck ball.
Yeah, so that's one of the more common speedrun techniques. Normally you're supposed to have the speed booster to get through this room, but if you morph very close to the ground and then press forward, you maintain running speed while in the morph ball, and that's what allows you to pass under the gates there, and it lets us get the the super missiles early, and that in turn lets us not have to fight another mini boss called Spore Spawn, who we like to call the DLC boss because you almost never see it in a speedrun unless it's arbitrarily required for a category rule set.
Yeah, like all bosses, there's something you'd have to fight it, but
Right.
there's almost always a way to skip it, which is good because it's a very long fight, and it spends most of its time just doing figure eights around the room. So this missile is charge missile. We get it in any percent, but we need to skip it in low percent.
It's just hard to not do the muscle memory to pick it up.
Oh, I got up in 2 and I didn't realize. Crap. Anyways.
Yeah, that was actually like a frame perfect jump to get up the stairs there.
Got the frame perfect jump and I did not capitalize on it.
Yeah.
Damage boost? Okay, good enough. Oh, I forgot I had no missiles. I didn't mean to use the super there. That's awkward. Okay, so yeah, so when we go to the wreck ship to fight Fantoon, we're only going to have 10 maximum missiles instead of you would normally have 15 in an any percent run. Is the red tower. I'm gonna do a tricky wall jumps up to follow this shot, which I failed to do. You're not supposed to go up this tower. You're not supposed to be able to go up it until you go down and get the ice beam from Norfair after like getting various suit and a whole bunch of stuff. So we're getting to this part early to go to wreck ship straight away to get gravity suit because gravity suit just like opens the entire game basically. It just makes everything more efficient.
It's also nice because we get power bombs nice and early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, power bombs break specific types of blocks and they open orange doors, so they allow access to more of the game. I am going to take a save here before go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, those enemies are aptly named Samus Eaters.
We call them Vile Plumes because Samus Eater is just like a weird name
Yeah.
to say. This power bomb is to pre-open that orange door because we're gonna have to go back through it much later. Well, after we're done with wreck ship. This health is really bad. This is gonna be an interesting Fantoon fight. So
You'll be fine.
I just ran into the CAG.
It'll be spicy, but I believe in you.
I am just very slightly not used to this monitor. That's all.
So, coming up is a room called the Moat, and it's called that because there's basically a pedestal in the middle of the room with a missile expansion pack, and there's going to be 2 ways. Normally, you're meant to have the grapple beam, and then short of that, you're meant to have the speed booster to shine spark across. Audra has neither, so there'll be 2 techniques that are possible. This first attempt, which was a little bit short.
There's no way I'm getting CWJ on this
Yeah,
monitor.
yeah. So you can do I think it's a 2-pixel jump there to attempt to like wall jump off the right side of this while
We're
still
just gonna
maintaining
casually
motion.
bomb jump across. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
This horizontal bomb jump is like really technically tricky because you have to face specific directions when each bomb is hitting you. Yeah, so I wasn't correct relative to the bomb there.
Yeah, this is also difficult because as you're coming back to the first bomb that's on the pedestal, you have to double tap right to actually make it so that you don't get kind of boomerang with your momentum.
There we go.
There
Very
it is.
nice.
All right.
Nice. Very nice.
But yeah, both methods, CWJ or continuous wall jump and the horizontal bomb jump there that was done in this run are extremely difficult and take very long time to learn.
Continuous wall jump is like you can kind of beginner's luck it by just trying it with the setup
Sure.
against the door over and over. So that's like if you're a beginner and like you really want to go direction first for whatever various reasons, CWJ is the recommended method to use. So we're about to get into the Fantoon fight. So this is a ghost that is. Let's see, how do I describe this?
Possessing the power system of the ship itself. I guess?
So everything does 40 damage. Instead of like normally Vari would cut it down to 20, but we don't have it yet. You can get a maximum of 5 missile hits per round. except by using a technique called the Doppler, we can get more in by pushing horizontal momentum into the missiles while walking towards them to get more in around. It's rather difficult and can be dangerous to your health if you walk into the boss. This is gonna get dicey. I shouldn't have used all of those probably.
Send some energy, chat.
Yeah, literally. Okay.
There we
got
go.
some energy.
Good work.
The ROI on that was crazy. Or should I say terrible?
I'm gonna enrage on purpose. Okay, so normally you do not want to shoot a super missile unless it's gonna kill. Supers do double damage to Phantoon, but it gives you this like 20-second long enrage phase where he's just invulnerable. So you want to end the fight with a super. It's 19 missiles and a super if you do the fight properly, but we hit that enrage phase early to just get around to wait out to try and avoid some damage.
A safety enrage.
Yeah, pretty much. This fight is kind of being a problem. It's okay, we'll get through it. Okay.
Hooray!
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, any boss you can walk away from in a marathon is a good boss fight.
I had exactly enough health to die to the next hit, so.
So Audraxys,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question, please?
You just did. Go ahead.
What would you say is your favorite boss from this run?
Ridley. Oh, actually, I don't know. It's a tough one between Ridley and Mother Brain. They're the two obvious answers, kind of. They're the like, the really long fights that kind of make this category what it is. Yeah, I don't know. No, I'm gonna say Ridley. I feel like you were doing more technical stuff throughout the fight. You're reacting to more of Ridley's movement.
Cool.
Thank you for that answer.
Ridley's AI is really complex and does a lot of different stuff depending on like where you are in the room relative to him, like and like also stuff like whether you're in spin jump or not. And like if you're a casual player, you're fighting Ridley for the first time, and you're probably jumping around. You're probably just gonna get wrecked by him, because he's unpredictable unless like you understand exactly how his AI scripts work. It's very complicated.
I can confirm as a casual player, I got totally wrecked.
Yeah, if you like understand what he's gonna do in like almost every situation, there's generally ways to avoid damage. Not always, but usually. F180. I wish I had like one more. Okay, so we are going into bowling. You'll see why this room is called that soon. But we can only survive 2 spike hits on this health and suit combination.
Oh,
we just
very
made
nice.
it across barely.
That was excellent.
Yeah,
I held my breath.
had Audra missed that initial jump, it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a very spicy move in low percent.
Spiky even.
Yeah, spiky.
So this is the name, where the name bowling comes from.
Yeah, so we're about to get carried to the gravity suit. The gravity suit will reduce damage down to 1/4, so we'll be a lot less worried about surviving from enemies. I guess for low percent, as far as that's concerned, you'll notice I have an energy tank, and you'd think like what you technically need that for, but we actually need 3 energy tanks total to survive a scripted 300 damage hyper beam attack from the final boss, Mother Brain. And actually, if you don't have Various Suit, that attack does 600. It's like the only thing that Various Suit changes. So we have to pick up Various Suit for that reason.
I guess to speak to that, there's actually various combinations that you can
I get it.
complete this game.
Various.
Yes. Different combinations of 14% of items to beat the game.
Oh, we're gonna go there. Okay.
But this one just happens to be the fastest combination of them all.
Yeah. So there's a core 12% of items that pretty much all the different sets can have, and then there are 2 extra items, or two additional items of like sets you can pick from. So the most commonly run and fastest is gravity plus ice. The fastest, like it's extremely slow if you try and do a low percent that skips gravity suit because movement through Meridia is so slow without it. So the main two low percent categories that get run are between either grav plus ice or grav plus speed booster. So it's kind of an ice beam versus speed booster dichotomy. And you might think that speed booster makes you go faster, so why wouldn't that be the faster option? But ice beam is important to fight the Metroids at the end of the game. You can kill, if you don't have ice beam, you have to kill them with power bombs, and you're very low on power bomb ammo. Uh-oh. Please tell me I didn't soft lock. Okay. I was trying to open that tube on my way through the room, but I ran through it too quickly.
Yeah,
So I'll have to get it there.
if you hit the screen transition there on the same frame that blows up, the game does just hard lock.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's because once the power bomb hits the top left corner of the tube, that's like the trigger for the tube breaking, and it waits for your next input in order to actually break. So if you hit that trigger, the game will load the next room and then wait for the tube to break, but the tube's not in that room, so the game will just hang forever.
Oh no. How many times have you done that before?
Like a handful. Like I want to say 3 or 4. I've been playing this game seriously for like 10 years, by the way. So.
Well, yeah, I believe it. I mean, this category is no joke.
Well, if you do want to see a joke, this crate fight, I'm gonna mess it up now that I said that. But there's a quick kill for this fight. If you it's not cooperating. Okay.
Open your
Friendly.
mouth, Craig.
Okay. Monitor, please.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
Num num.
Took me a bit. Okay, so I did successfully eventually get the quick kill. Not very quickly, but
It was still the quick kill.
if you do the first hit on a particular timing of his mouth opening, his mouth will get stuck open, and you can unload the rest of the damage into him. So normally he has a second phase where he breaks through the ceiling, and you have to deal with like another phase of the fight. But if you do enough damage in the first phase, you can just skip it. Can I get some missiles, please? Thank you.
So, on the topic of those techniques, which would you say was the most difficult tech that you had to learn to do this run?
Let's see. Most difficult. It's really the most difficult things are surviving the boss fights.
Like the endurance of, for example, the 200 shots to Mother Brain.
Yeah, the actual, besides that, I guess the most difficult trick is, like, crossing the moat with either continuous wall jump or horizontal bomb jump. That's probably... Oh, worst room in the game is, yeah, okay, there's a room in Lower Norfair that we call the worst room in the game. And it is very bad in low percent. There are... So in Lower Norfair, all the enemies do 50 damage, and they take forever to kill. So there's a shaft with 3 gold pirates climbing the walls. You cannot really reasonably kill them, but you have to, in low percent, you don't have high jump boots, so you have to, help me out here. Sorry.
You have to freeze one of the enemies or one of the pirates that are climbing on the walls to use as a platform to jump up. Short of killing everything like down there and bomb jumping up. Obviously the former is quite a bit faster, but it's also extremely difficult. It takes a combination of a power bomb, a super, and a regular missile, and 2 charge
This
shots.
is called Ice Escape, by the way. It skips some tutorial rooms. If I can get just barely enough speed, let's go.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's a tough one to get,
Just gotta-
especially only freezing one platform and not both of them.
Yeah, like your run speed completely matters, and you're only able to get very limited run speed off of freezing that one platform enemy. And we don't have high jump. We're supposed to get it in like a room south just southwest of here. So this is like the first check in the game to see if you have high jump. We have to bomb jump that to pass since we don't have high jump.
Oh, that's clever.
But yeah, just to finish the thought on worst room in the game, it's basically just like a delicate like dance with the enemies on the wall as you weave between them. Hopefully that'll be able to be shown off, but if not, there is a backup just to make sure the room is traversed.
Yeah, so coming up, I'm going to farm this room to fill up my ammo because the ammo is going to be very important for getting through Lower Norfair. But after that, we have a trick called the gravity jump that I need to do to actually get through the entrance to Lower Norfair. So Lower Norfair is supposed to be locked by getting Space Jump from Dragon the Meridia boss. Space Jump is an item that lets you basically infinite jump in the air. So since we don't have that, we need a way to get out this room that we call Lava Dive. So you can do a trick called Gravity Jump, where if you take off Gravity Suit at the start of a jump, you transition to having the slow water physics in the middle of the jump, which means you can start your jump powerfully, like with a good speed from it being like land-based physics, and you can end it with the slower deceleration of water physics. So I will demonstrate here what it looks like. The timing for the pausing is awkward too because there's a fade out. You have to time your jump with a fade out. Okay, there we go.
This is where we get to see the suit's orange as well.
Yes, this is the only time you'll see the Varia suit orange show up because the gravity palette normally overrides it. Okay, so we are going into Lower Norfair to fight Ridley. The entire area of Lower Norfair is very, very dangerous, and I'm way, way under-equipped for it.
Yeah, the safety save's making me feel a lot more comfortable.
My actually biggest worry is remembering to take it. Oh, I need to put gravity suit back on. There's a trick, there's a time save trick on the elevator you can do to menu at the same time that saves a bit of time, but I forgot to do it. Okay. Okay, so worst room in the game is in two rooms from now, right after this, shaking pillars room. Okay, so the strat is really complicated, and I'm very nervous for this one. I tried to work really hard on workshopping this for this run. I hadn't learned it before, but
You got this.
oh no, I don't got this. Okay, that's okay. We can just retry.
Yeah, the nice thing is you can always reset the room.
I broke spin by accident. Okay, I'm not getting my spin.
Third try is the charm.
So we have to do like exactly enough damage to this, specifically this top pirate, so that we can. Oh, that pirate's on the wrong side. Help. I'm gonna try it one more time. If not, if I don't get it now, we'll go to the backup. Okay, we're gonna have to do. I might die actually. Yeah, we're just gonna die, I think.
I see some take my energy from chat. I'm sending it your way.
Oh, that's. So as far as killing these go, I was trying to stack the two pirates so that the same super missile would hit them. Okay, yeah, so this is the slow way. We're just gonna kill the other ones and then freeze this one.
Yes, okay.
We're up.
There we
You know,
go.
whatever works. We got the
Very
ball over the
nice.
pirate. That's kind of hard.
Yeah, excellent job. Woo! You made it.
Oh, I barely missed landing on that guy. 50 damage, by the way. It's pretty nerve-wracking. So I am actually out of power bombs. I need to detour over to the next room to refill my power bomb count. I just tried that strategy too many times.
While we do the detour, do you mind if I do an announcement?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind chat or tell you for the first time and live audience that Lady Arcaders has a Ko-fi shop. So all funds raised through purchases of Lady Arcaders merch are put towards running events and tech for Lady Arcaders, such as this one. And for a limited time only, you can purchase an Out of Bounds Toronto event t-shirt, which is really cool. You can check out the entire Lady Arcaders collection at ko-fi.com/ladyarcaders or type !merch in chat. We appreciate your support. Thank you.
Okay, I'm at way lower health than I'm supposed to be, so the rest of the section is going to be really scuffed, but we can get through this. So this is the last save point before Ridley, so it's pretty standard to take this in an event, because of course you can easily die in the Ridley fight itself. But the rooms to get up to it are no joke. I think I have barely enough health to tank one hit in the next room. It's very hard to avoid.
I see more energy from chat, so they're sending you help.
Also, if only this were crowd control.
Exactly.
Then I could actually get the energy in my game.
I'm feeling it
Okay,
though.
can we mock roll into this without getting? Oh, just barely. Okay, this guy over here is cooperating. He's not gonna hit me. Okay. So normally there's a trick you can do to clip through this platform, but you take damage, and I cannot survive it right now, so I cannot show it off. Okay, so these metal pirates, ninja pirates, as they're sometimes called, you have to like kind of do a specific dance with them too. I am out of supers. Oh, this is gonna be slow. It's okay, we're living. Yeah, so if you need to like have 3 supers each for these, or they go really slowly. But we got most of our health back, which is good.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And I'm taking damage off these green bees called Zebos. I'm taking damage for those because they're by far the least damaging thing in the room. So I can use the invincibility frames to get through everything else.
Little farming session here.
Yeah, so super missiles do so much damage, so much more damage to Ridley than everything else that it's not even funny. So I absolutely have to stock up on all of them before going into the fight. Okay, let me just reset these patterns. I'm supposed to get these bugs synced so I can freeze them at the same time. There we go.
Nice.
What? Okay. Game, please.
Yeah, that one didn't play in accordance with the rules.
Really? Okay, almost to 10. Oh, okay. I got a missile drop without being in full health. That's like a 2% drop. Okay.
Nice.
They're more common if you are on full health. Okay, yeah, we're all full. Okay, so we're gonna go fight Ridley now. We're gonna open with an ice shield, which if you have only a single beam and you have power bomb selected, you can do different attacks, like special attacks with your beam. The ice shield is by far the weakest one, but it's still better than nothing. So we use that, and we use the rest of our power bombs because the power bombs like do a lot more damage than our beam does. So yeah. So Ridley gets faster and faster the more damage that you do to it. Its first noticeable phase change is when it turns red at below half hit points. So we're going to save all the heavy artillery ammo that we have until then and just wail on it with ice beam shots until then. So like controlling his AI is very complicated, and if you do things he doesn't like, then he'll just kind of like fly around the room erratically and run into you. Once he's below 80% health, he gains the ability to do a use swoop. So then you start having to, so he's doing one right now, so he's below 80% health. So now you have to start dealing with that, and after he does each swoop, he also does a ram that's targeted on whatever location you were when he checks for it. So you also want to be outputting damage through all of this. And also, to shoot your shot, you have to break your spin jump, which means you cannot wall jump anymore. So you're sacrificing your mobility by getting your shot in. And gotta roll under the tail at the right time, etc.
How many ice shots do you end up using for this fight?
It's 123 plus all the ammo.
Wow.
It would be 200 shots if you didn't use any ammo.
That's impressive.
Yeah, the precision that you have to have as well.
Yeah, this beam is so crap.
Yeah, they do say always shoot your shot, but not always when you're fighting Ridley.
Okay, he was hovering weird there, so I felt like he was gonna go back into a pogo when I was correct. This is what years of playing this game does to your intuition.
Just watching this looks like the hardest boss, just because you have to do so much movement tech as well.
Yeah, Mother Brain's also hard, but for like different reasons. So we'll see. Can I squeeze that? Okay, yeah. Is it? It's hard to tell the colors in this monitor. I think you just turned red. So that's 23 shots from here. And then all the ammo. 4... 5... 6... Oh, I cannot believe I dodged that. Oh, I misread that. I thought he was gonna pogo. 12... 13... 14... 15... 16... 17... 18... That was so stupid.
Ridley, please.
22, 23. Okay, I just need to land the supers and you should be good.
Oh, so much fire.
Oh, every super you miss is 7 charge shots, by the way. Okay, so when you get him to 0 HP, you actually have to get grabbed by him for him to die. There we go.
Very nice, GG. Really good fight.
I was holding my breath a little bit at that end.
Okay, as we're grabbing the energy tank behind Ridley as our third to refill our health for the exit. This is the final item that we pick up in the run, so we now have 14%. Okay, so Lower Norfair Escape is no joke. We have to go through a bunch of those rooms backwards now and dodge the enemies. We have this limited pool of health to work with. Most of the big scary things do 50 damage. Oh yeah, the biggest, scariest things are the red key hunters. The key hunters are like the winged, like diagonal flying enemies, kind of. In the room that has the save point, that room's called Key Stairs. And I will have to... I'm going to be doing some like weird movement in the tunnel just before... What?
Wow.
Ridiculous dodge. I cannot believe that.
I always say I'd rather be lucky than good any day.
Okay, so we're going to be doing some like weird movement in this tunnel here, and we're going to try to use that to manipulate these key hunters' positions. Yes, okay, got that one, and okay. Okay, that's okay. Got hit by one. That went very, very well. We have a second set to get through. This particular one is called the Three Musketeers. Very scary. They're in a tighter space. But,
Definitely the scarier of the two sets of 3 key hunters.
yeah, so they will be in the room after this one. And also, so their patterns start from like the moment you enter the room. They're targeting their movement based on where you are. So everything you do through the room affects how they're gonna move. Can I get under? No. Okay, we got under that one. Okay, we tanked 2 of them. That's not too bad.
Yeah, having gotten through Wasteland, which was the room that just sort of parted ways.
Yeah, so we're out of Lower Norfair. We survived.
Yes, survive is good.
I did not hit that game. I did not stub my toe on that platform. I disagree.
But yeah, thanks to that one earlier room with the large hoppers going so well, it was kind of alright to tank a couple of hits there.
Okay, so we need to farm our ammo back up for Meridia, and the fastest way to do that in this category is to go to the room leading up to Speed Booster. There's normally like a speedway that you can run through with Speed Booster that shortcuts a bunch of the previous rooms, but since we don't have Speed Booster, we can't use it, so we have to go back through the Cathedral section again. These rooms are very awkward to move through backwards. Let's see, what do we have coming up in Meridia? So yeah, we're going into Meridia, which is going to be the last 4 of the major bosses, or the last of the 4 major bosses before Turian. There's the room in Meridia called Mount Everest. It's a really big water room that you're supposed to have grapple beam or speed booster for. And since we don't have those, we have to use gravity jump to get up it. Most people starting out will actually use 2 gravity jumps to ascend the room, but you can skip the second one with like a more precise delayed wall jump. The climb on it looks pretty cool, so.
Yeah, these gravity jumps are way like less stressful than the one you saw earlier.
Yeah, because the one that you had to do in lava, you're taking damage during that, and if it doesn't go right, you've accrued damage right before a very dangerous area.
And you're also having to do wall jumps with the weird semi-underwater physics.
Yeah, lava physics are actually like a bit floatier than actual water. Oh, this fish got in my way. It's kind of tricky to get through this door without high jump. Okay, first gravity jump. We're actually going to pass right under an enemy called a Powump. It looks like a balloon, and you're supposed to actually use grapple beam to swing off of those. So this is what I'm going to do to skip the second gravity jump, is do that delayed wall jump.
Wow, that's tough. Then coming up is another trick that is certainly not intended. Going to freeze one of these Metroids in this room here and use it to clip up through the crumble blocks above. You're meant to have Speed Booster to get through this room, but thankfully the Metroids just happen to be the right size to space out this clip here.
Okay,
It's really easy though.
Yeah.
Once you know what you're doing.
Okay, so we are in the Baltoon fight. This is a mini boss that just guards the way to Dragon, and it takes 10 super missiles to kill. And I already missed 1, and I already only have 9, so.
That's okay.
I
More
missed
Super
another.
Metroid.
Okay, this fight's gonna maybe take a while. Also, like, some of your beam upgrades widen your beam, and Baltoon is just really hard to hit with this one.
Is the bottom left corner like the safest place to be?
Yeah, the left side, he actually cannot touch you on the left side.
Oh, that's awesome. GG's, by the way.
Thank you. Okay, we have to skip the Z-tank because we already have 3. So we do this by doing an Alcatraz maneuver from underneath the maze. Which is kind of annoying to jump out of the sand, but that's what you gotta do.
Yeah, as a reminder, Alcatraz is just when you wall jump into a morph very quickly.
Great to farm up a little bit for Dragon. I don't quite need full, but... Actually, mostly the health. So the Dragon fight, in any percent, you'll see it killed with Speed Booster with Shine Sparks, which are tricky to do. Dragon is the only boss that gets damaged by Speed Booster. But we don't have that, so we're gonna have to do a much slower kill with just our ammo. Now, Dragon throughout the fight has random goo phases where it will spit goo at you, and you can shoot this goo to get drops, so you can refill your ammo throughout the fight. So the key is kind of like just kind of cycling your ammo correctly to be efficient. There's also something called the pseudo screw attack. So the screw attack is an item that obviously we're not getting. It's a very powerful late game item where you can damage enemies by just spin jumping into them. If you use charge beam, you can do something called a pseudo screw, which does 10% the damage of a screw attack, but also damages you in return. And Dragon is the only boss vulnerable to pseudo screw attack. So we're actually able to use our health as a resource. That just did damage to Dragon me jumping into it right then, but it also hurt me, so. Okay, so we're getting these missile drops. Yeah, so it's just combining all of your resources, trying to use them as efficiently as possible. You don't want to get touched by the goo because then Dragon will attempt to grab you, and you have to go through a slow process of getting unstuck. I got like no drops from it. What the heck? Yeah, so anytime you're hearing that crunch sound, I am doing damage to Dragon with my own body. So, pretty much using health as ammo.
Which to me is terrifying and low percent.
Yeah.
How many phases does this have?
It's just got this one. It's got this 2 mode that it switches between randomly, and that's it. Oh, I did not mean to get my health this low, honestly. Oh god, we got no health from that.
Very nice. Oh,
We take those. Alright, so that's all 4 of the, as we call them, the golden 4.
I got
bosses.
no health from that.
Oh, thanks, game.
it knows we're doing a marathon.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna gravity jump out of Dragon's room. You also have the option to skip the drops entirely and bomb jump up to the door, and the reason that's faster is that like it takes time for the door to unlock, and time isn't passing when you're in the menu turning off your gravity suit, so it's usually preferable to bomb jump, but I didn't feel safe without the drops here. I'm actually like skeptical I even want to damage boost up with these spikes. Oh, we didn't talk about damage boost. That's a really cool mechanic in the game that like is an actual like thing that you input and not just like getting hit.
Yeah, so when you take damage, if you're holding the jump button and you time pressing the opposite direction that you're facing after taking damage, you get flung and do like a backflip. And this is used all over the place, as you probably noticed already. That is absolutely on purpose.
It's a 5-frame window off of enemies, 60 frames per second by the way. So it's a 5-frame window off of most enemies. It's a 10-frame window off of spikes.
Yeah, I think projectiles are different as well, aren't
Yeah,
they?
projectiles are 4 frames. Those
Yeah.
are the hardest damage boosts. So like the spikes that like the cactuses shoot out and stuff like those are projectiles. So we are going to end up going back through Everest. We want to go through the very top door in the room, and getting to it requires a precise gravity jump. This gravity jump I'm about to do has a 3-frame window. Oh, I pressed it. We want to shoot the power up so I don't hit it. Okay, seemed pretty good. Oh, I didn't jump at all. Never mind. It's gravity jumps are like really awkward to time with the. You have to time your jump on the face. Okay. Third time's the charm. I definitely saw a jump input there. Okay, we're good. Okay, that was the most powerful jump I could get. Maybe the second most powerful. Got a bomb jump into the door because we have no movement abilities.
Yeah. To clarify, though, the later you jump in a gravity jump before the pause menu actually fully opens, the more sort of momentum that you have to carry into the gravity jump itself.
Okay, we're going to stop at Samus's ship, like basically at the beginning of the game, to refill all of our resources. And then we are going to the final area, Turian, now that we've done all 4 of the bosses.
Yes, we're in go mode.
Well, I like to say in vanilla you're in go mode at the start because you know where all the items are, but... oh god, don't get into randomizer arguments with me. It's not a good time.
No problem. Yeah. And truth be told, since you don't take saves when you're actually running the speed run, it's you're always go mode.
There's a Super Metroid randomizer tournament starting tomorrow. Actually, it's gonna last for a good few months. We got 42 entrants, I think. This is the first time we're doing a mystery tournament, so the settings are going to be random for every seed generated, and you're not told what they are. You have to figure it out while you're playing. So you could have area transitions randomized, you could not. You could have boss location shuffles. You could have boss locations repeated potentially. You don't know until like you kind of figure it out. So it's an exciting new format.
I really like it. It's like ultimate random.
Yeah, I'm really big into Super Metroid randomizer.
So that you're in this tournament.
Yes,
Awesome.
I'm the #1 seed actually.
That's really awesome. That's great.
For those who are uninitiated, what would a randomizer look like on a Metroid game?
Usually it's the main thing is the item locations that are shuffled, like amongst each other. So, like Gravity Suit could be in a spot where there's like a random missile pack in the original game.
Oh.
Or it depends on your settings. Sometimes only major items can be at other major items. So that's another setting that we're gonna have to figure out when we're playing. But yeah, especially once, like if you start randomizing like the connections between the regions, elevators and stuff, there starts getting to be a lot of strategy in how you play them against an opponent. So.
Oh, when you say regions, do you mean like when you go through the tunnel things that connect you to the other rooms, that just random thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be certain like door shells that are they're always the same door shells, but they'll connect to different ones every single time that you play.
That sounds a little bit like a nightmare.
Okay, so we have Metroid rooms coming up. This is a big reason that Ice Beam ends up being faster than Speed Booster, because we can just kind of mow through these. If you're using power bombs in these, oopsie. Oh, this ammo's really bad.
You'd have to wait for 3 power bomb explosions for every single one of these rooms, and you only have 10, and there are
You only
4
have
sets.
5, actually.
Oh, you only have 5.
You only
that's
have
right.
5 power bombs. So, like, if you don't get any drops in a room, you have to leave and, like, go back and try and farm a power bomb from somewhere.
Yeah, unless you're extremely lucky, you almost always have to leave Torian and come back with your power bombs replenished.
Yeah, also Ice Beam does speed up, like, the long fights very slightly, so that's another factor. Okay, we're done all the Metroid rooms.
Alright, time for baby skip, right? Right?
I
Kidding.
You know, people have started workshopping this into low percent runs.
I do know it's possible, yeah.
I haven't delved into it myself. I would like to one day, but for now we're just going through this cutscene. So you can play jump rope with this Metroid. This is like the baby Metroid from the start of the game. It's been experimented on so that it's grown huge. So you can skip getting grabbed by it, you can skip this whole cutscene, and you can skip having to refill. But without movement items, it's very difficult, long and slow to do so. And I never really learned how. I'm quite good at it, like with high. If you have high jump, I'm good. I can do it, but not without. So we are actually just avoiding the refill momentarily. It's scary because they're at 1 health, but we want to actually missile a couple of these doors, because if we don't, then 10 and 10 is not going to be enough to complete the game from here. So. There is one more missile door, but we can handle that door after this refill just fine. So we're coming up on a trick called Zebetite Skip. There are supposed to be 4 pillars called Zebetites guarding Mother Brain. And they each take 11 missiles each to kill, and we kind of don't have that kind of money around here. So not in low percent economy. So we're gonna save, of course, but the nature of Zebetite Skip is we're going to freeze the Cheerio underneath it called a Rinka. The game prioritizes collision of frozen enemies over walls. So if we freeze this Rinka, we can jump onto it in a way that snaps the game, that snaps Samus to the Rinka's position, and lets us jump through the. Okay, I almost had it. I just wasn't fast enough.
Supposed to let us jump through it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just slow. It was letting me fine. It was a skill issue. There we go.
Very nice.
And that stops all the rest of them from spawning, so you don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, if all 4 sets of Zeptites were spawned in, this would move at like 3 frames a second.
Okay,
It's incredibly light.
I gotta hit all of my ammo on this phase. This is the reason we pick up this amount of ammo in the run. And I cannot get a shot eaten by that turret. Okay, good. Okay, so the fact I had to use all my ammo on that means that for the main Mother Brain fight, we do not have supplementary ammo, so we have to do a full 200 ice beam shots. Each ice shield particle also counts as a shot, so I'll be trying to use that to supplement, which is kind of tricky, but yeah, here we go.
Also,
It's okay. It's all planned out. It's fine.
all part of the plan. As I was about to say, at the end of this fight, once you reduce Mother Brain's hit points to 0, she does a pre-planned attack that does 300 damage. Right now, after that, Audra has 330. Pretty much anything here will end the fight and require a retry. So from here on out, no more damage.
Come at 34, 36. That was kind of unexpected.
There is one thing with the bombs. If you land in the center of the bomb explosion, these little...
That pattern was so rude.
Goodness.
So many onion rings.
Yeah, these bombs affectionately called tater tots. If you land right in the center of the explosion, you won't take any damage. All of the attacks in this fight have like food nicknames. So those are onion rings, the bombs are tater tots.
These French fries.
Yep, and then the little,
There it was,
that
right
attack
there.
right there, which is the scariest of them all.
It's all terrifying at this point.
Yes.
I will just say that.
She like tries to bait you
Terrifying
into
food?
jumping into those.
Yeah, and then the fourth and final attack is when Mother Brain is reduced to below 25%. Or is it exactly
yeah,
25?
It's
or
below 25%.
Yeah, below 25%. The catch-up beam. And the catch-up beam, I I think it ignores like iframes. and all
No,
sorts
it's
of-
onion rings that ignore iframes.
Oh yeah, but you can definitely get double hit by ketchup.
I've totally lost count.
I would be lost count after like 12.
Yeah,
200 is a
same.
lot.
Same.
Yeah, it's just like at 151, it just starts being able to do the ketchup red beam, the really scary one. So you normally want to keep count.
So really, at this point, the scary part is seeing that first ketchup and reacting to it. Once that happens, it's pretty much under control. But as far as losing count goes,
My heart.
but yeah, the first one is absolutely scary. It can. Okay, we're all right. We're gonna be okay. I didn't even know that only did 20 damage, but here we are.
The the fire in the explosion does 20. If you hit the bomb itself, it does 40. Like the unexploded bomb does 40.
Right.
Woo, okay,
Hey, we're
there we
alive.
go.
Over.
Oh my gosh.
It still can be a little sketchy with the patterns here, but
You'll notice that.
Are you kidding? That was
Is
a
it-
weird pattern. Okay,
Is it stuck
I
there?
need quiet now. I'm sorry. Okay, good.
all right.
Okay.
Very good job.
And
Excellent.
how many of you were holding your breath?
Oh my god, thank you all for being here tonight.
Thank you for running this category.
Absolutely.
You are fantastic. That was very impressive.
Thank you.
One red bar.
Um,
Okay, you get the rest of this. I have no words left.
Oh, I mean, this is pretty much it. After the baby here takes all of Mother Brain's energy, she's going to bless Samus with it, give us a refill. Everybody can get their other M jokes in after that. And once this whole cutscene is over, Audra will be granted the Rainbow Beam. So there'll be one final phase with Mother Brain, but that'll be a cinch. The Hyper Beam is incredibly powerful. I believe it does 1,000 damage per hit.
Yes.
So here it comes. And then after the battle is complete, there'll be the escape sequence in the end of the game.
This is actually, this fight is very awkward without Pigeon. This phase.
Is it 40 rainbow shots?
It's 36, actually.
36. Okay, thank you. I do love how you were rewarded with the rainbow beam for getting through the Mother Brain fight.
Yeah, you get the GA beam. It's great.
So the escape sequence is about to start. I believe it's 3 minutes on the 3 minutes on the timer. It's gonna be more than enough to get through here. There are some shortcuts you can take with the if you have the speed booster, but unfortunately without that, we'll be taking the scenic route. There's just some pirates in the way. They all get one shot by the hyper beam. I guess
we never explained arm pumping.
I was
so-
about to say, as opposed to every Super Metroid run explaining arm pumping at the beginning of the run, we'll do it at the end. Samus is waggling her arms for an actual reason. Every time the arm cannon switches position from neutral to an angle or from angle back to neutral, she moves forward a pixel as long as she's in motion.
Yeah, you get one extra pixel of movement every time you do that.
Yeah, and I mean, running forward of a single frame moves you more than 1 pixel, so it's a very small increment, but it adds up over a run.
And we got to do the climb again. You could shine spark up this if you had speed booster, but we got to do wall jumps here without it. This is the low percent staple ending. Not having speed booster for this.
Well, you already climbed up the right side. Now you got to climb up the left.
Yeah. So time is coming up 1 room away from now. Oh, nice cargo on the Steam. That's cool.
Lucky.
And time.
Yes.
Yes. GG.
Yep. 102.55.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Not too bad considering some of the scary things that happened.
Underestimate.
I didn't die, so.
It was very impressive.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This was a very
not
fun watch.
Not dying in this is like very much not a given, so that worked out really well. So yeah, I do have some shout outs to give out. So I want to shout out Tracy M, Owl, who's here, Sean Cass and Pitch01 who are also here, and DJ Webb, who I met at Speed Gaming Live. I want to shout them all out for supporting me through some very difficult times, and I would not be where I am right now without them. And let's see. I also want to shout out Lauren from the band Monstrosa and Mike from the band Shiv and the Carvers for coming out to this. I go to a lot of their shows. They do punk shows, and they're playing a show for a Pride themed show this Saturday at Handlebar, which is around Dundas West, Bathurst, Spadina area, I think. It's $20 at the door, I think. But like, definitely recommend checking them out if you are around this Saturday, if you're local, if you're still in town, if you're interested in some really good music and queer vibes and trans rights and all that. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, Audraxys, where can we find you?
I am Audraxys on all socials. I'm from Toronto, by the way, so.
Woo! Toronto represent.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Audraxys on all socials, Twitch. I've been trying to stream 2 times a week, Saturday mornings, Monday evenings. I've been trying to get more consistent because I've been not a very consistent streamer for the last while. Let's see, Twitter, I post garbage on a lot. It's great. And Instagram is like a lot of like my music, my local music interest. YouTube. YouTube has a lot of like I speedrun a lot of the mods of this game. It's like one of my favorite ways to play this game. So I have a bunch of archive speedruns of different mods of Super Metroid on there, and like I do a couple occasionally, like A Link to the Past and Metroid Prime 2. I do the randomizer for that sometimes, so you can find all of that stuff there.
Well, thank you so much. Can we get another round of applause for that amazing run? It was fantastic.
All right, and that was a fantastic run by Audraxys and our commentator, Shan Cass. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight, and that's going to be it for me. That's going to be it for me. I'm Xinedy, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, everybody, for making this happen. And we'll catch you on the next one.